The fact that national security, peace and development is premised on the collective resolve of all citizens. The Nigerian Armed Forces have remained committed to ensuring that, with the Nigerian Army playing a frontal role to actualize these constitutional mandates. Hello, thank you for your time again with us on Soja Weekly Update, your most dependable news source from the Nigerian Army. This is episode 43 in the series of our commitment to always keep you abreast with the latest. I am Francis Kabile, your host. Don't forget to subscribe, like and even comment on our productions on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and X via at HQ Nigerian Army and at Nigerian Army Info. Stay with us. Welcome back. As we start this episode, troops neutralize armed criminal, arrest suspect and foil drug trafficking in Benue, Nasarawa states. Troops of Operation Wild Stroke have continued to record significant successes in the ongoing effort to combat criminal activities across Benue and Nasarawa states. On 15th October 2025, troops conducted a deliberate ambush operation east of Ayilamu within Tambo Council ward of Logo local government area in Benue State. During the operation, contact was made with armed criminal elements, resulting in the neutralization of one suspect, while others fled with suspected gunshot wounds. A subsequent search of the area led to the recovery of one AK-47 rifle, an AK-47 magazine and 14 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition. Troops maintained dominance of the area through sustained patrols to reassure residents and bolster community confidence. In a related development the same day, troops of Subsector 2 deployed to Maraba Odege community in Nasarawa local government area responded to a distress call from Maraba Market. Upon arrival, they apprehended a suspect identified as Mr. Ramanu Elizabeth, found in possession of a locally fabricated pistol. The suspect and the weapon are currently in custody for further investigation. Additionally, on 14th October 2025, troops on routine stop and search duties at checkpoint near Angwan Malama in Akwanga local government area, Nasarawa State, intercepted a vehicle suspected of conveying hard drugs. Upon sighting the troops, the driver of an ash-colored Toyota Solara with registration number KJA 108FY Lagos abandoned the vehicle and fled into nearby bushes. A search of the vehicle revealed several bags of substances suspected to be marijuana. The vehicle and recovered items are in military custody pending further investigation and handover to appropriate authorities. The first commander of Operation Wild Stroke, Major General Moses Gara, commended the troops for their vigilance, professionalism and tactical proficiency across the multiple operations. He urged them to sustain the momentum in order to ensure a secure environment for law-abiding citizens across Benue, Nasarawa and Taraba states. Investigation and follow-up operations are ongoing. Operation Wild Stroke remains committed to working with local communities and security stakeholders to disrupt criminal networks and restore lasting peace to the region. Elsewhere, troops of Operation Enduring Peace apprehend notorious gun runners, recover arms in Kaduna operation. In a coordinated operation to enhance security across the joint operations area, troops of Joint Task Force Operation Enduring Peace, in collaboration with that of Sector 1 Operation Fansanyama, tracked and apprehended two notorious gun runners. The suspect, Mr. Abdullahi Balarabe, 40, and his wife, Shafatu Abdullahi, 18, were intercepted at a snap checkpoint established by the joint troops and outskirts of Saminaka in Lere local government area of Kaduna State. The operation, prompted by unctionable intelligence from an intelligence agency in Plateau State, led to the recovery of 1,207 rounds of 7.60mm special ammunition. The ammunition was believed to be bound for armed groups operating in the northwest. Following the arrest, the suspect and the recovered ammunition are in own custody for further investigation and follow-up action to dismantle the wider gun-running network. Major General Folunsho Oyinlola, the General Officer commanding 3 Division and Commander Joint Task Force Operation Enduring Peace, commended the troops for their bravery, vigilance, and proactive efforts. This successful operation underscores the critical importance of interagency operation in combating criminal activities, Major General Oyinlola stated. He assured the residents of Plateau State that the command remains resolute in its commitment to restoring lasting peace and security. We will not relent in our effort to eradicate the activities of terrorist and criminal elements, thereby fostering a secure environment where peace and prosperity can thrive. Meanwhile, troops secure release of 9 more kidnapped victims, sustained operations against criminal elements. The Nigerian Army troops of 2 Division Sector 3 Operation Fansanyama have continued to sustain operations against criminal elements operating within its area of responsibility. During a night patrol along Igbe Okuran in Kogi State and Okoloke through Patige in Kwara State, on 13th October 2025, troops intercepted 9 kidnapped victims at a Salo community in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State. Amongst the rescued victims are 4 males and 5 females who were kidnapped from their community, Matoko, in Patigi local government area of Kwara State. On interrogation, the victims revealed that about 3 weeks ago, terrorists raided their village, Matoko, in Patigi local government area of Kwara State, and kidnapped several persons. It was also disclosed that criminals rustled unconfirmed number of cattle. The milestone achievement was as a result of the continued extensive clearance operations by troops of 2 Division Sector 3 Operation Fansanyama around Esanlu, Patigi, Babasango, Esuyum, and adjoining communities of Kogi and Kwara states. The victims further narrated that the bandits who took them suddenly became apprehensive, resulting from own troops' sustained operations in the area. Consequently, the terrorists were compelled by circumstances to abandon them and flee. The intercepted kidnapped victims include Mr. Abdullahi Umar, age 35, Mr. Alhaji Umaru Sariki Fawa, age 55, Mr. Labaran Abubakar, age 45, and Mr. Umar Yanda, age 30. Others are Mrs. Hassana Muhammad, age 25, Mrs. Mariam Muhammad, age 27, Mrs. Aisha Idris, age 20, and Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, age 12. They were administered first aid treatment and provided with food, while the General Officer commanding 2 Division, Commander Sector 3 Operation Fansanyama, Major General Inebefe, addressed the victims before they were handed to Patigi Local Government Area Authority to aid them reunite with their respective families. The GOC further proceeded to Lata in Patigi Local Government Area of Kwara State, where he applauded troops of both 12 and 22 brigades for their continued synergy and collaboration towards achieving operational efficiency. The Army continues its campaign towards appealing to the general public to always avail troops with credible information that would aid in fighting insecurity and effectively securing lives and property of Nigerians. In another successful operation, troops of Operation Hadenkai neutralized 9 terrorists during fighting patrols and recovered about 5 million naira ransom money at Magumeri and Gajiram general areas of Borno State. In continuation of ongoing counter-terrorism operations in the northeast, troops of Operation Hadenkai conducted a successful fighting patrol in response to credible intelligence on the movement of Boko Haram terrorists around Koni Dunari in Magumeri local government area of Borno State on 10th October 2025. The terrorists reportedly moving on 2 vehicles and 24-foot fighters were observed setting houses ablaze and terrorizing locals. Acting swiftly, own troops launched an aggressive fighting patrol to intercept the threats. As troops advanced towards the objective, the terrorists attempted to flee towards Damji Yakiri village. Vehicle-bound fighters dispersed to an unknown location, while foot fighters were pursued over a distance of approximately 92 kilometers. After about 4 hours of tactical pursuit, troops established contact with the fleeing terrorists. A frontal attack was immediately launched, and troops engaged the terrorists with a heavy barrage of fire, resulting in the neutralization of 5 terrorists, while the remaining 19 dispersed in disarray. Some were wounded as blood trails were observed at the contact scene. Items recovered from the engagements include 1 by AK-47 rifle, 5 by magazines, 3 empty, 2 loaded, 31 by 7.60mm rounds, 1 by item mobile phone, 1 by dagger. Notably, no casualties or equipment losses were recorded by Operation Hadinkai troops during the operation. In a similar development along the Gajuram-Bolori Mile 40 Gajigana axis, troops mounted on motorcycles engaged Boko Haram fighters near Zundur village. During the firefight, 4 terrorists were neutralized, while others dispersed into surrounding bush. Troops also successfully rescued Mr. Modu Kindami, 55 years old, and Mr. Bukar, 57 years old, both from Guzamala, along with a sack containing 750,000 naira. Preliminary investigations revealed that Boko Haram fighters had demanded ransom of 2 million naira and 2 new techno button phones for the release of the captive's brother. Troops recovered the following items from the terrorists: 1 by blue pickup vehicle, GUB 327XA, 2 by new techno button phones, 1 by jerrycan containing 30 liters of premium motor spirits, a total sum of 4,355,000 naira. Further operations are ongoing in all fronts to maintain pressure on the terrorists and deny them freedom of movements. Finally, U.S. Army War College inducts late Lieutenant General Tawreed Abiodun Lagbaja into its International Hall of Fame. The United States Army War College has posthumously conferred one of its highest international honors on the late Lieutenant General Tawreed Abiodun Lagbaja, the 23rd Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army, with his induction into the prestigious International Hall of Fame. The distinguished recognition, which took place on Monday, 13th October 2025, was conferred during the opening ceremony of the ongoing Association of the United States Army Annual Convention at the Walter Washington Convention Center, Washington, United States of America. In a solemn but yet colorful ceremony, the commandant of the U.S. War College, Major General Trevor Bredenkamp, presented the posthumous honor in acknowledgement of the late General Lagbaja's sterling leadership, visionary service, and exceptional contributions to the advancement of military professionalism and international peace and security. The recognition underscores his outstanding achievement as an alumnus of the institution who rose meritoriously to the zenith of his military career as Nigeria's 23rd Chief of Army Staff. The late Lieutenant General Lagbaja was one of the 6 eminent inductees honored at this year's event. His induction represents a historic milestone as he became the first ever Nigerian Army officer to be enshrined in the United States Army War College International Hall of Fame in the institution's illustrious 124-year history, a testament to his enduring legacy of excellence and service to humanity. Representing the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, at the ceremony was Major General Adeleke Anyoniga, who received the honor alongside Mrs. Maria Abiodun Lagbaja on behalf of the late Chief of Army Staff. Among the dignitaries in attendance were the Director General, Nigerian Army Heritage and Future Center, Major General Benga Additional, Director General Defense Headquarters, Joint Doctrine and Welfare Center, Major General Ajetumobi, Mrs. Deborah Abodorin of the Office of Security Corporation, U.S. Embassy, Abuja. Also present were the Nigerian Defense Attaché to the United States, Army officers undergoing higher professional military education at the National Defense University, Washington, D.C., the United States Army War College, and the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College, alongside other senior Nigerian Army officers participating in the Association of the United States Army 2025 Annual Convention. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, expressed profound pride in this singular honor bestowed upon one of the Nigerian Army's most illustrious and visionary leaders. He affirmed that the recognition not only immortalizes the late Lieutenant General Lagbaja's distinguished service, but also reinforces the Nigerian Army's commitment to the universal ideals of professionalism, discipline, and dedication to global peace and security. The Nigerian Army remains committed to safeguarding law-abiding citizens, protect communities, and create secure conditions for economic growth. Of course, the gallantry of the Nigerian Army will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that anytime, anywhere. So stay off crime and criminalities. Let's be good citizens of Nigeria. See you next time. Before then, you can get busy with our previous episodes on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X via at HQ Nigerian Army and at Nigerian Army Info. I am Francisco Bile. Bye for now.